jaBROni, JABRONIXYZ ABC. It doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis, presented by bodyslam.net. And underneath me, my name tag, it's missing things. Oh no, it's over there. All right. I'm Topher McCann, and joining me, as always, the brand new, reigning, defending, undisputed jaBROni world champion and push prediction champion.
Oh, we got one right over here. Okay,
Oh,
and
there.
the new you did not you need to say the new and improved push champion, as I am draped in gold. I have more drip than Seth Rollins can even imagine. This feels right. This feels like you ever put on a shoe and it's like, man, that fits really well.
Does.
This is that.
I feel bad. I meant to buff it for you. You still got a little bit of my fingerprint.
It's okay. It's
Sorry.
okay. My kid tried to buff it with Play-Doh earlier, and that wasn't happening. So, but it just glistens. You know, I got natural sunlight on me. This is an exciting week for me.
We were just short of just about 200 days. We were creeping up on, and it's gone because of a quick elimination chamber.
Brock Lesnar does work, bro.
Sometimes it beats like that.
You know, I'm happy. For me personally, I feel like there was no shenanigans involved. We knew Bobby Lashley was not gonna compete in that match whatsoever. So you know,
that came out after, right? Didn't it come out after?
Yeah, yeah. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, because I was like, that's a bummer. Because I mean, we would have trimmed some time off, maybe, but it happens, and we're building up now. Don't worry, we got Revolution is what, 2 weeks away?
It is the 6th, I think, which is next week.
Is it already?
I think so. I think it's next weekend. Today's
I made the overlays for all the stuff, but I forget what the date was on it.
Today's the 26th, so yeah, I believe that is next weekend.
It's a Sunday, so yeah, we will be one more title defense before the big 2-night WrestleMania.
I just gotta not fuck up. I just gotta not fuck up.
Gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple.
If anybody knows me here, not fucking up is like a 10 difficulty out of 10 for me. So just gotta not fuck up. Don't fuck up.
But again, congratulations. I know you will show the title the respect that it deserves. I love it. So good. All right, but big news. First thing we got to get into. Let's throw it up here. It was announced last night. I watch the Pat McAfee show every single day. I have it on in the background along with hundreds of thousands of others. It's insane, but let's throw our overlay back up there. Yes, he has Vince McMahon on the show this Thursday, and it was starting to get out there that there was going to be a program for Pat McAfee for WrestleMania. We discussed this a few weeks ago, saying that we thought it would be a good idea for him to do something at Mania, but from thinking who might possibly be to all of a sudden now there was rumors of it possibly being Vince McMahon, and now all of a sudden he's going to be on his show. And I don't know if you guys remember Adam Cole a little bit over about a year and a half ago. Adam Cole made an appearance and pushed an employee of Pat's, and they did this whole angle on the show. And looks like we might be getting the exact same thing with Vincent McMahon.
I can only imagine it being like a McMahon Bret Hart type situation at WrestleMania 26. Like this is such a big interview. If this is an interview and not a storyline, I know he's used his show to further a storyline with Adam Cole, but like Pat McAfee versus Vince, Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. It's not something that I'm like itching to see. You know, I mean, I'm sure a McAfee and Theory match, if McAfee can do what he did in NXT, would be fine. It's just not for me.
It gets, I don't know, because Austin Theory gets so much criticism
He does.
already. Just I think and then with Mac, I don't know. I just feel like it would guilty through association. Then like people would start like hating McAfee because he's in a program with Austin Theory.
Nobody's ever going to hate McAfee. I
I
feel like.
can't. He's so
You
good.
can't hate Pat McAfee.
But I mean, it's going to be. I mean, he did crazy numbers when he had Brock on like a week or so ago, and that was fun as hell. You never saw Lesnar in this light before,
No.
and yeah, it's very interesting to see. I mean, the last time we saw Vince in this scenario was the Stone Cold podcast with the whole Cesaro reaching for the brass ring, which is another thing we need to get into soon. But yeah, the reaching for the brass ring and all that. And are we going to get something along those lines, or is it straight? Yeah, I'm very interested in this.
It's gonna do so, like Pat's show already does like amazing viewers, listeners, what have you. I watch it on YouTube as soon as I like get home from work or whatever. It's gonna do like amazing. Like this may be like record breaking.
It's gonna be his big.
He gets serious, whatever.
He gets more viewers on like his YouTube show in the afternoon than sports shows and talk shows get on cable ESPN shows. He gets more viewers. It's crazy, but and it is entertaining. That people who can go for 3+ hours streaming and doing a show where it's nonstop, like fun and
it does it so well.
They really are. But yeah, this is
Do you think Vince is going to be in studio?
Yes, I think they said he will be in studio. He's
really?
Yes. Oh. They said live in studio. Like, because when they came back from break, I think for the final segment for the contract signing, it started off with that graphic. And then they said, like, it got mentioned, like, how'd you pull that off? Like, because a Lesnar was on there. But I remember them saying in studio. So I wonder if, I was going to say, is SmackDown in Indy like next Friday? But I guess he's just flying into Indy to do it.
He could always not go to SmackDown. Are we talking about Vince?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could always not go to SmackDown.
I mean, it is the day.
I mean, Pat makes that travel all the time anyway.
Yeah, I just didn't. Yeah. You know, when like you're like almost like McAfee would like, if Vince was coming on a show, you're like, well, I'll come to you. Like, we'll see. Right. Like, if you're getting Vince McMahon, you would probably do like, and like if there was a way to do it and he could only have him in Stamford, like somehow like whip the boys together and get down there and put a show on somehow. But it's gonna be fun.
It'll be interesting. I'm gonna be tuning in Thursday, like as soon as I get home from work.
You're back out, so I think I'm gonna be around 4. So maybe we might maybe hop on for 20-25 minutes, a couple out like a little bit after the show ends, because they usually go from 12 to 3 ish, and he might not be on till like the 1-something hour. So everything will go out there. We'll let it marinate into the internet for an hour, and maybe we'll hop on here Thursday, talk about it, because I have a feeling it's going to be.
So you have a feeling that this is definitely storyline for WrestleMania? Yeah,
I think so. But regardless, even if it's whatever it is, it's going to be newsworthy. There's going to be a lot of talking points, I think, to get out of it. So I think it's something instantly we should hop on and talk about. Just have a feeling.
Agreed.
I'm going to be watching that, taking down some notes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. It's not a release, but we had other people were calling it releases because they love it. But Claudio Cesaro, however you will, gone, decides to leave WWE. There's no compete. There's nothing. He can go do whatever the hell he wants. Could not come to terms on a new contract. And yeah, So the up down crew is
They are down.
they are nuts.
They are down.
But you're a champ, man. You're a champ of phrases.
It's I'm curious as to like what goes wrong in these contract negotiations. Like, does Cesaro know that maybe the booking is just god awful? Do they really not have any, like, they can't come to agreement with a number? What is it? Because I just feel it's very dumb of them to let him go, unless it was like solely, like, it had to have been his full decision. Like, yo, I'm not re-signing.
Yeah. There's you see, like, I don't know, just I just think it's so obvious for a lot of these people who are not happy that, yeah, that's the best. I mean, Cesaro's was the best scenario. It's just one of those, like, you let it go all the way down. There's no like, oh, I'll work a couple weeks, like with Cody, like I'll work as a free agent and win the TNT title and drop it. It's just, there was no extension or nothing. It was just like, I worked till the date I signed to work for this company for. They talked to me about coming back, but just the way things are going and things that have happened to my friends and all this other stuff that's going on, there's more options out there. He literally, you say it a lot, but he's somebody else that any company would be. Yeah. They're all going to come after him. It's
so the Observer has stated that he wasn't looking to leave WWE, but the WWE made him an offer that he did not like.
The low ball, probably, like, underutilized.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like he got a little bit lowballed, and that's unfortunate, because you're going to be paying Knoxville a lot of fucking quiche to be your Intercontinental Champion.
Oh boy, I mean, we were texting instantly when you texted me and told me about it, because it came up. You texted me, and I just said, I think I said, like, good for him, because honestly, it's just like, where he stands in that company. That feud with Roman for a little bit was just that's it. That's like that's
it was done, so they could say, well, at least we did that.
Yeah, and then it's just like, his last match was losing to Madcap. No shame in that. Madcap is a future world champion, obviously. I agree. There's no shame in that. But, I mean, Cesaro, you still can't say that his run in WWE was a failure. I mean,
I don't think it was a failure. I think he was
tag team runs with everybody. I mean, with Tyson Kidd, the bar ended up becoming something that originally you did. I mean, from that best of 7 series to go into the bar and what they became, multi-tag team champs. I mean, but it's just they never
I think it was. I don't even want to say he was in the WWE at the wrong time, because they put some people over that never should have been over. Like, now I love Lesnar being champ now, but like, when he was not showing up to events, like, there's no reason Cesaro couldn't have been world heavyweight champion, could have been WWE champion, one of those. But yeah, his run was not a failure at all by any means. I don't think. I just think it could have been better through no fault of his own. Obviously, he took what they gave him and he ran with it all the time.
Yes. Oh my God, what up high uppercuts. And I mean, that I saw a lot this week, that hot tag from Raw, from like maybe 2 years ago he had, and he just goes on a spree and does like 15 things in about 20 seconds.
Yep. The inaugural Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner.
True. This is true. It was a big moment.
Should have had the thing with Paul Heyman. That would have been awesome if they didn't make it weird. I feel like they made it weird with what's that? No, I'm thinking of Ryback and Curtis Axel with Paul Heyman. I thought they were all happening at once, but that happened before Cesaro.
Yeah.
Hello, child.
Sophia. We get justice for her. We have to mention this last.
We mentioned this at the end of the show.
Okay, yes.
We mentioned this at the
I
end.
forgot. We're in agreements for our. All right. Zip. We're good. I'm shooting my load early. Let's talk more signings and stuff. It was reported this week, Isaiah Swerve reportedly signing with the company. Wasn't there a debut? We have Murphy on Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That was the other one, I think, before we recorded. I was trying to think of. Right. No, you were there. We saw him recently at the show we went to. He was the main event. Murphy.
Who was?
Murphy. Didn't we go to a show at 2300?
If we did.
Or wait, you didn't go to that one.
Yeah, I didn't go to that one.
It was like that weird one I went to with
I talked to you about the whole night
with Bubba and Jerry King.
Jerry, yeah.
Buddy was in that he was like the main event of that show, and he looked like exactly how he looked on Wednesday. He looked freaking awesome. But we skipped. But what did you think about that debut? He came out and they had a long history actually in WWE. They kind of mentioned that even before there was some storyline, even before all of this. But and then he joins House of Black.
It's I think it's been a long time coming. I'm not going to lie. I did not watch this part. No, I watched AEW back today solely on the MJF promo because that's all everyone's been talking about. Yes. I totally forgot that Buddy even debuted, but I like the pairing. I don't know if they made mention that how involved Buddy was with the eye situation for Malachi Black back in the other company. But I mean, look, AEW, we know AEW, they're going to sign all these guys. Okay. They're going to sign all these guys. Not everybody is going to be satisfied with how each of these guys are going to be used. So really, we're all just kind of circling back at some point later in life where we'll be like, oh man, AEW totally misused Buddy Matthews. Or, oh, AEW totally misused Malachi Black. WWE did better. So I don't have any thoughts on the debut until I see what they do with them, really. I mean, is it a smart decision? That all depends on the person and what they want to do. You know, it's much like if Cesaro's WWE run was a failure. Is it a failure because he didn't win the WWE or World Heavyweight title? To me, I don't think so. Is it going to be a failure when Buddy Murphy doesn't win the AEW World Championship or the TNT Championship? I don't know. It's all about perspective. So I think right now, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, I think that's going to be a great, solid team.
A lot of factions.
A lot of factions. Nothing wrong with that. I don't mind the factions.
Some are dispersing.
Yeah, I think Inner Circle's done, right?
Inner Circle for the seems like it's That's they're doing the Jericho's got his Eddie Kingston. That was another. I mean, since we're on it. I mean, let's stay with AEW for a little bit here. They had the two promos I really loved were the Jericho and Eddie Kingston. And the MJF, both those segments I thought were great. Eddie Kingston's great. I love knowing that they just go out there and, when like Jericho's in the middle of saying something, he's probably still finishing his point, but then Eddie Kingston will cut it and say something that's probably it's probably not his turn yet. I love when that happens with AEW when things are commented on real quickly. And then the other person continues with their promo. Like, I think he said something like, I always thought you were a baby face. And he cut in real quick. And he's like, what's a baby face? And I love that shit. Like, he's like commenting on his promo as the promo is happening.
Yeah.
And that's something about Eddie Kingston that I freaking love.
Do you love when he brings up the other company?
That's what I wanted to get to now.
Do you love when he does that all the time? Every single time he's in a passionate promo with anybody ever?
we,
Ever worked there?
we were maybe that was after MJF promo, right? I think it started at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, because I would have stopped and watched it if I noticed that it was on. So, but like, yeah, because I think MJF was like the second segment of the night.
Yeah, and the Jericho spot was like the 9 o'clock, like top of the hour spot. But at that point, I think I texted the group chat, and it's like, dude, how much are you loving WWE references? Because I think it was a little past 9 o'clock, and there was at least, I think, 10 up there.
So like the one, whatever. Again, it's like much like Tony Khan's going to sign all the WWE guys. Eddie Kingston's going to make those WWE references. He's like one of the main culprits. If let's like him and like Punk are like right here as to who makes more, I think, in passionate promos. Here's the deal. Like, so Eddie, you're gonna make those promos, you're gonna make those comments, whatever, fine. I'm used to it. But the one where he said, oh, we're not sports entertainment, or I'm not a sports entertainer. If you're looking to be a sports entertainer, go up the road. Bro, you are. You are. I know.
You're great. See,
you are a sports entertainer. That like, or if you want to call you guys wrestlers, then the WWE is also wrestlers, even if they say that they're not. It's all the same thing, in my opinion. So don't get off your high horse a little bit. That's just me.
I was just laughing the whole time because it just kept getting. That was a lot.
It was a lot.
That was a lot.
And like, it doesn't make it a good promo that you like. Every time it's like, oh, like no, like
yeah. So I guess
WWE. Oh,
and then I guess I explained like how I said like parts of the promo, how like when he said the babyface thing, and he real quick goes, "What's a babyface?" Like. Just stuff like I like that about Eddie Kingston, just like kind of the commentary during the promo.
Sure.
Yeah. The references, crazy. Now let's shift promos to this MJF promo because I mean,
everyone the greatest promo ever.
Sign like just that's right there. That's why he's never gonna go anywhere. That's why the truck's gonna be unloaded when his contract's up because, yeah, like. Wow.
This was good. Was it the best ever that I've ever heard? No, it wasn't. But it was great. It like something that I look for in promos is like if they can get me to react, if they can get me to stop what I'm doing. Because like, sometimes I'll be watching it and I'll be like doing something on the side and I'll be listening and like are you going to say something that stops me from what I'm doing and gives me like full attention to you? And this is what that did. Only because it's a promo that I've never heard MJF do, sincere.
Yes.
So I thought for that reason, it grabbed my attention. This was really good. I would say it is the best MJF promo that he's ever done. That I've witnessed at least.
I would have to agree.
And then it even got CM Punk out and like wondering like, yo,
are you for real? Like,
what's up, bro?
Are you being serious right now?
You want to make out? What do you want to do?
It looked like I was like, oh my god, are they gonna hug each other?
Are they hugging?
I think they're gonna hug.
Their tongue. So yeah.
Did he just French him? Oh my god, shit. Yeah, but it was cool. It was unexpected. It was unexpected that whole photo when they were younger and he met him to just kind of all of a sudden like him come out and turn that photo around and just turn a line of CM Punk saying that was just like another day to me. And to turn around to his childhood and getting called Jew boy, and then looking forward to going to meet his here and all of this. And then when it cuts to just like, and then on January, whatever, 2014, you quit. And it just like all of a sudden just, oh, hold up. And then it just, it was real. Like the pacing and it was great. It was exciting.
Everyone's been Maxwell Feinstein. I think anybody who likes wrestling, watched it as a child, has that type of person, you know. He talked about getting picked on in high school and quarters getting thrown at him. Everybody has been picked on, I feel like, for one thing or another, whether it's liking wrestling or whether it's something else. So I think it became relatable for a lot of people. Not so much me, only because like I grew up in the 90s when wrestling was really cool, but like I still watched it when it wasn't cool after all that, and that's when like the ridicule started. So everyone's been there, and I think that's kind of what made it effective. Is just like everyone was relating to Maxwell a little bit more there.
It's just something unexpected, like to turn that meet and greet into like a huge moment, like getting it was such a huge moment in his life, and just turning around when Punk said it meant nothing. It was just like that perspective, and that's how the promo went, was like, it just wasn't something you're expecting, and it just adds another layer to this feud and what the path they're going to be going with this. I mean, does this well, I want you to give away your like pick for Revolution or anything, or your thought. We'll get more into that as we get closer with this feud. It's been quiet on the front of have you, any thoughts on the Cody Rhodes? It's been very quiet. Apparently I saw he's a stay-at-home dad currently, last time I checked.
You know, he's gonna bide his time. I think it's smart. I think if you know, you hear that news break that he's possibly coming to WWE and you want to keep that shock factor, you don't debut him right away. You keep him in the wings. You keep him in the, I don't know, any other analogy that you can think of. You keep him in the back, and you bring him out when everyone least expects it. Maybe he is the mystery opponent for Brock Lesnar at MSG next week.
But he has to win.
But here's the thing, though. That'd be stupid unless they're televising.
Yeah.
However, I feel like maybe that could be a last-minute decision. Now, think about this. We have Revolution the next day. So, I mean, I feel like maybe what better way for WWE to shit on AEW than have like last minute decision, televise this MSG event, have Brock Lesnar.
Is it SmackDown?
No, it's a Saturday live event at MSG, and then Revolution.
I thought it was Friday. I'm thinking Revolution's on a Saturday. I'm sorry, it's on Sunday. All right, so it's Saturday night MSG,
and you could kind of. But I mean, I feel like that's not happening either because they would have announced that MSG is going to be televised. You know.
Well, they used it's weird because like in 2015, 2016 on the WWE network, they would have probably aired the Madison Square Garden show. They got so far away from once the peak. I miss the WWE network so much. Like
so much.
They used to air those some of the house shows randomly, and it would be like an hour. They wouldn't even show all the matches. They would show like 3 matches, and it'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, yeah, do you bring back the relevancy of the Raw after Mania, which remember when that was a thing? That was, and it hasn't been fun in 4 or 5 years, I feel, of that. It used to be, I feel like, almost as exciting as WrestleMania because it was that huge reset button, and it's just been a dud for years. So, I mean,
I can't remember the last time I was like, wow.
someone cut. Yeah, it was the. I remember when I first started like watching it again. I remember a couple of them being good, maybe around like, but there's nothing memorable. There's nothing that sticks out to me.
They haven't had anything to really do there, you know. I don't know.
Like it would be an NXT star debuting or something.
Yeah, and it's like
the Revival, I think, was the one year with the New Day.
That's right. That was
Enzo and Cass was, I believe, were they after Mania with the Dudleys?
I think that was after SummerSlam.
Okay.
I think.
But that's the only thing I can think of are like.
I'm also thinking of the Dudleys returning after SummerSlam, so maybe.
Nakamura debuted on SmackDown against The Miz.
Interrupted The Miz.
Yes. But that's it. Like those, just those moments, really. But I just don't think with the way NXT got changed now, and there's not that like someone big in NXT, and then it comes over, and then they come up. Like I guess the only one they were like Braun Breaker at some point, maybe.
Like, that's the only guy. I mean, you could make a statement for like Mandy and Toxic Attraction, but you know, aside from those guys and girls, and Tommaso, I don't know what the plan with Tommaso is. Are you keeping him on Raw? Are you keeping him and Finn in a tag? Are you having Finn win the United States title, which he should because he's awesome and I love him and whatever. Who knows? But that'd be pretty wild.
When I see Tommaso and stuff, just like up, like I am such a huge fan of Tommaso, and I just think he's like main event material. And I'm just like, oh, I hate him like just being like randomly on these. It's great he's on 2 different shows, but it's like, this dude's awesome.
The picture of Tommaso and Finn backstage at Raw with their abs just like about to fight each other is amazing.
It's
not like I feared for my life looking at that picture.
So many abs,
like a lot of abs, 24, 27 abs, I would say.
Like they don't cheat at all. There's no cheat days. There's
no. They say fuck donuts. They really do. But yeah, so Finn, Damian, that's happening next Monday. That'll be cool. Little part of me thinking that Finn is going to win, and then they're gonna have a rematch and have like Damian versus the Demon at WrestleMania. There's not really a point to having this match. I mean, again, it's WWE. They're going to have their rematches anyway, but I don't know why they put this match on TV.
So wait, do you think Finn wins the title first?
Yes, I do.
But wouldn't you think like there would be shenanigans and Priest retains, and then that makes Finn Balor?
There's got to be a reason why they're doing this match on Monday night. I don't know. He becomes the Demon. Something has to, like, I feel like he needs to get screwed over or something like that to be like, oh, you should have done that. Boom, Demon. Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't want Finn taking a pin or anything.
I think because I think that they're gonna do that. I do kind of agree with the Demon.
Maybe Damian like kind of like goes crazy and gets himself disqualified again, and then that kind of makes him become the Demon, and then they have the rematch at Mania.
I can see that. I'm still
fantasy booking.
And they did it with Ricochet on, which I don't even know. I thought Ricochet was on
Dude,
Raw.
No idea he was on SmackDown.
So Ricochet shows up with Sami Zayn I think it was after all the whole Johnny Knoxville stuff. And it's kind of like, and all of a sudden it's just like Ricochet gets a shot at the IC title. You just see it. You're just like, all right, it's another like with Cesaro when he just gets placed in and has a title feud with Roman. You just see it's all right, just quick little, you're going to lose to then you're going to go right back and there you go. I just because I haven't mentioned in a while and I got in trouble actually. I got to talk about Reggie. I'm like contractually obligated to talk about Reggie for at least 35 seconds.
You have to get the quota in.
Reggie is currently the 24/7 champion, right?
No.
Wait, he lost it again?
Yeah, remember I texted you.
Yeah, but then I thought he got it back.
I don't know. Did
Oh
he?
wait, who did Dana pin him again?
Yeah, she pinned him in the middle of the ring while she was kissing him.
Oh shit! Did I? Oh, I quote tweeted that shit and was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. I quote tweeted. I tweeted you, not texted you. Yes.
All right, so there it is. Reginald is no longer 24/7.
So dumb. It's so pointless anymore, man.
Should it be part of the unification?
The 24/7 WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. Yes. Make it green, black, and blue. The title, the championship.
It needs to go. So now that they've said unification,
yes,
officially.
So
what are you thinking here? You thinking the brand is this the brand split still thing? We just got to
do. I think they do one champion on each show. I don't think they do. It's one champion on each show. I don't think they end the brand split.
But they're unifying them.
Yeah, but they unified them in 2002, and they can do that. And
so if Roman wins, is Roman feuding with people? Is Roman gonna have a program with someone on Raw? And is he gonna then go to SmackDown and have a program?
Yeah. So so Roman can go on both shows. He'll feud with somebody on Raw.
See, that's so.
While that's going on, the SmackDown, you'll have you can make the Intercontinental title your go show, and then the next month someone feuds with somebody on SmackDown with Roman on SmackDown, and then
that's so forced though. That is so
that's what's probably gonna happen.
I
don't think they officially end the brand split. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But it's just storytelling wise, I'm like a broken record on here saying it. It's just easier to have anybody up for it, and then you can have a feud with Roman and anybody on Monday, and then you can see a little bit of that storyline potentially also on Friday, instead of it just getting ignored for we're just going to ignore the champion for a month because he's feuding on the other show. So we're going to pay attention to the IC title and make it seem relevant. I'm not confident in that.
Look, it can be done if done right. I don't like it. I prefer them do it this way than have the brand split ended, because I just don't think there's too many of them. Maybe maybe that's why they're releasing everybody. Maybe they want to have it less superstars so they can end the brand split, and it won't be too many people fighting for TV time, essentially. But in 2002, when they were doing it, in 2003, and so on, they were doing it. I didn't mind it. Maybe they'll try it again. I don't know. But I can see your point.
We had kind of looks like Naomi, Sasha Banks have formed a tag team and grabbed a mic and said, "Hey, we're next women's tag. You're
looking at the next women's tag team champions.
See them winning that on the pre-show of night one, probably.
1,000%. Amazing. The fall from grace Sasha had. Main eventing WrestleMania night one. Possible pre-show night.
And I'm not saying I'm not trying to be mean, but that
screams.
Doesn't it remind you of a night one or night two pre-show? They put the because they do it with the men's tag titles all the time. The SmackDown titles, I feel like they can only get defended for the most part on a pre-show.
Yeah. Right.
I thought they were gonna be Cameron and Naomi were gonna form a tag team. Is this just because Bailey's not back, Charlotte's preoccupied, Ronda's preoccupied, Becky's preoccupied, Bianca's preoccupied?
I thought they were gonna hold out until Bailey's 100% can't come back. But I guess they figured they're not getting her back in time.
Yeah, so and again, we already figured it out because we were out last night. We remember who the women tag team champs are. We've done it on here, recording, right. And then we did it last night when we were out. Before Googling it, we figured it out. But did we think it was Natty and Tamina for a while?
It is Natty and Tamina. It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Zelina and
Karina
Carmella.
and Carmella.
Oh my God! And let's show it real quick. When's that start? The show? It's the 29th.
Starts Monday, guys.
So wait, is it this Monday?
This upcoming Monday.
All right. So we already I made this for it. I mean, if you're listening, you're just gonna hear the awesomeness. But we got this ready.
My name's Corey Graves.
My name is Carmella.
I've never worked out with Corey before.
I can't tell you what's going on between my legs.
I mean, other than like in the bedroom.
Oh man! Every week we will be discussing.
Other than in the bedroom.
I mean, I'm still a small chance. I feel. When is that coming on Sunday? It starts on Sunday. They're just going to premiere it on YouTube.
No, I think it starts Monday.
Monday on YouTube. Like, did they say a thing? Like, is it before Raw or after Raw?
I don't recall.
Because we were saying, like, it's funny. Like, there'll be like a post Raw show or whatever, and then just gonna see like right underneath that, like Corey and Carmella post show, and it's just gonna be us just talking about how we watched Corey and Carmella talk about fucking for roughly 24 minutes on the internet weekly. It's gonna be fantastic.
So I'm gonna read you something that Wrestling Inc. put out last week. So WWE will release a new digital reality series featuring Corey Graves and Carmella next Monday, February 28th. It wasn't clear if the entire series will be released at once or if they will do one episode per week.
Yes, episodic.
It's believed that the series will feature 10 4-minute episodes. So
What the?
It's only 4 minutes.
Yeah, it makes no sense. There's no way.
But that's not confirmed. It says that that's not confirmed.
Yeah, if they hype this thing up and it's just a 4-minute YouTube clip, we have to do a post show that's longer than the actual. That's
We should make it 4:01. Our post show's 4:01.
Just do like an hour plus post show of a 4-minute show. I need this.
Seeing if anybody else has any info.
That's hilarious. There's no way that's a thing. How can you progress anything of anything in 4 minutes?
You can't. It literally has to be all about
just them fucking in the shower, dude. Yes.
Them boning.
Yes.
I also think this is all just to maybe get people more familiar with Corey Graves for a potential in-ring return. Just so they definitely know who he is.
Yeah. Because they deleted Black and Gold, so no one knows about the early tag team champion in NXT, Corey Graves.
Yeah, no. Who would?
But
plus that dumbass tag team partner he had doesn't even work for the company anymore.
He's doing things though.
Oh my god, 4 minutes. That's funny.
Oh, that's rich.
That's rich. It is rich.
I did not think I was expecting. Yeah, I mean, I was expecting like a Miz.
What can you do in 4 minutes?
Cody Knows Best, isn't that? That's a normal like 22-minute episode, right?
Yeah. No, that's on like TV and everything.
Cody Knows Best. All right, so we tackled basically everything in AEW.
Yeah.
They sent Hook. We talked about this right before you weren't watching Rampage, but Hook was sent. QT Marshall sent a couple thugs after him. Not big deal though. Hook took care of everybody. And then, little goons one by one. And then the last one, he's like, no, ran away. Hook stand strong. Sent Hook.
Cool. Love Hook. Real good dude.
What else we got going on?
I feel like there was some other stuff.
Logan Paul.
What's that?
You got Logan Paul, Johnny Knoxville. We got the celebrities.
Got the celebrities in there. Yeah. That's cool. Whatever.
We splitting them up on the card. Mania cards.
Yeah.
You get Logan Paul one night. You get your
Johnny Knox in there. Yeah. I would. Yeah. 100%.
So whose night? They announced the main events for both the shows. Whose night is night one? Ronda and Charlotte.
Yes.
And night two is going to be Roman Brock.
Correct. Which makes me think that Austin's not coming back. personally.
If they do, I still think I'm still getting the vibes of like short rock match or something. That's like something that like starts the show off or something like Kevin Owens. Like if they did the angle where Kevin Owens ends up not getting booked on, if they don't do this like tag team. All right. And this would be good, I think. He starts Mania off. I know you wouldn't like this for the return of Stone Cold, but it's his only way to get on the show is to just his music goes off and he goes out there and he's like, I'm not booked on this show. And just trashes Texas and all that. And then that leads to.
You're going to have Steve Austin curtain jerk WrestleMania?
I could see that route going if they continue the storyline of Kevin Owens not being booked on the show. But I have
if that's the pitch, Austin, if I were Austin, I'd say F off, bro.
Because like you just said, it's not going to be officially, it's not going to close either night. But did you really think he would close the night?
Yeah, kind of. That's a big deal.
It is, but
that's
I don't.
A big deal.
Or nothing though.
Yeah, but it's Austin in Texas. And it's Kevin Owens. Somebody who's fresh in Texas. Nobody cares about Ronda and Charlotte. Who gives a shit about Ronda and Charlotte?
Yeah, I do. I get it's Ronda. So that's like, why.
It shouldn't even be Ronda and Charlotte. It should be Ronda and Becky for starters. Secondly, even though I think Charlotte has a really good spear and some select a few Twitter followers may not think so, no one gives a shit about Charlotte and Ronda. I'm sorry. They just, no.
You know, both of those main events have a similar factor into it. A former UFC champion. Another company in which a bunch of eyeballs are on it.
I care so much more about Reigns and Lesnar. I care so much more about it.
That's why it's kind of the main event.
And they're both so good. And no, nothing against Charlotte, nothing against Ronda, but I do not give a shit. I just don't.
I'm not really invested in that match.
I tell you, like I'm already going to be more invested in night 2 than night 1. So I think a watch along on or a jaBROni cast on a night 1 would do wonders for the show for me personally.
Because like I think this is going to Ronda and Becky, and they don't want to do it yet. So this is kind of almost just like
what are you doing? What are you going to wait for? Are you going to wait for next WrestleMania? Have Ronda do a year-long
next year? I think is going to be huge for. I mean, I think they look at next year as like huge in Hollywood. Like,
what they have to be careful though, because then the next year you have WrestleMania 40, and that's 40 years.
Which they have not. Did they announce?
No, it's probably going to be in Florida.
They announced like 3 in a row, was it? And
yeah, it was last year, this year, and next year.
Okay, and that was the final. I wonder if they do that again and announce, because you always usually got the announcement like during the holiday. Like, was it during the holidays?
Yeah, something like that.
But it'd be interesting if they release like the next 3 years and we see. I know it's never. I'm always just looking like Philly.
What's up, Philly? Philly.
Okay.
Come on, we won a Super Bowl, man. Isn't that what you got to do to get one? To get a WrestleMania?
And I think it needs to be because it's always the chance that it could be. But I can't go off of it being cold or whatever because they had it in the shadows of New York, New Jersey, which was an hour and change drive from Philly. Same weather. Yeah, it was chilly, but they did the show outside in the stadium. We have a stadium.
I don't want to hear that. This is not the Super Bowl. This is it's not being played in January or February. It's kind of springtime. It's April usually. They need to have it in Philadelphia. It's a travesty, a shame, and a mockery that it's been in Philly one time. And I was not able to purchase anything because I did not have a job because I was 8 or 9 years old. It was horse shit.
Let's keep this going because I feel like that kind of motivation helps with this.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
All right, jaBROni of the week. And the episode we are doing right now, the Unification jaBROnis. This is the second time in very recent that we have all come united on our jaBROni of the week. This affects Michael way more than me, but the anger is felt equally though.
I mean, the real victim here is a poor, innocent, almost soon to be 2-year-old child. Really,
She's done nothing wrong.
She's done absolutely zero wrong. And for I'm not putting my daughter as jaBROni of the week if that's what everyone's thinking. It's not the jaBROni yet. No. First off, a little backstory to it. We are thinking of my child Sophia. Her birthday is next month, and really like in 2 weeks actually. And me and the missus, we were like discussing like, hey, maybe we should get her a puppy. Let's get her a puppy for Christmas. I was like, hey, I'm all about that. But let's as most of you know, I'm the occasional gambler when it comes to sports.
Dabble.
Yeah, dabble. I've had some big winnings. I've had some big losses. Last night it was the first game of the James Harden era in Philadelphia. So obviously, everyone's pumped, everyone's jacked, everyone's excited. Reason to bet. Why not?
Absolutely. It's a big game. Let's do it.
So after consoling with a lot of friends and a lot of people who are telling me, hey, do this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that and that and that. Now, I would show you the ticket, but apparently, as you can see, there is some FanDuel maintenance going on right now on the app. So I can't even pull up the ticket. So all you need to know is that Tobias Harris needed over 17.5 points. As part of an 8-leg ticket where I had Joel Embiid over 30, James Harden over 20, I think Maxey over 15. I think I had James Harden over 6.5 rebounds.
You had under rebound.
I think I had Joel over 11, I think. No, I don't know.
You had Maxey someone under 3.5.
Oh, yeah, I had Maxey under 3.5 rebounds.
Odds. Say the odds were over 10,000.
The odds were over 1,700. Or no, over 1,500, excuse me. Their odds were over 1,500. I think they were like 1,503.
15,000? No, 15,000. It was plus like 1.5 something.
Right. All right. Either way, it was a good $10 8-leg parlay that would have definitely paid for a small, tiny little puppy. Now, I'm not saying that I can't afford a tiny little puppy, but it's the principle of the matter where I would have used FanDuel's money and not my own. But anyway, I digress. Bottom line is, I hit 7 of 8 legs in this parlay. And the one that I did not hit was a Tobias Harris over 17.5 points. I didn't hit it.
What did he finish with? Did he get the double digits?
So when I text you last night, he had 6, and that was like 4 minutes left. So I was like even holding out hope that maybe he goes
just
on
gonna drop a couple
11-point run in 4 minutes. I will tell you what he had in just a minute. Oh, nope, there's an ad playing, so I can't do that. There we go.
Fantastic.
He finished with 6 fucking points. So it's Tobias Harris, you went and you crushed a 2-year-old's heart.
It's
She didn't even know it.
inexcusable.
She didn't even know it. She doesn't even know what's going on right now. But
Justice.
you crushed her heart.
We need justice.
So, Tobias Harris, unless you got a puppy that you're willing to give me and her, and cue the Sarah McLachlan music. You, sir. Running of the week because you can't put up.
Some comforting. We'll cue it.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
Pretty serious. Wild stuff there. Fantastic.
Take my Oscar.
Whew. So, I mean, I feel like you continue that. That's gonna hit.
I'm definitely gonna try to play the game.
I mean, because you just even think that you just hit the under instead of the over there. Odds were probably the same.
I think they would have been higher, to be honest with you.
So that's they probably like, but I'm saying like they weren't like crazy odds like -260. They were almost probably you probably could have got it like +120, was +130, something like that. It would have bumped them up. So you were I don't know. They're the best kinds. They pay off. It's coming soon, but Tobias, that's very disappointing. You let your whole team down. You let the city down. And you let a beautiful little girl down. So we already mentioned Thursday. I think we'll be popping on maybe around 4:30ish, 5ish around there. Maybe discuss what ends up occurring on the McAfee interview with Vince McMahon. And anything else we got going on coming up?
We have our prediction show too next week.
Predictions we will be doing next Saturday for Revolution. The card should be finalized. The card is looking insanely stacked, so it should be fun. I mean, there's
and it's for an AEW pay-per-view, which is like, as always, it's one of the
hardest,
most challenging times to predict a pay-per-view event. And I
always got nervous for those when we had to do picks. When it's the most,
I don't even I don't even religiously watch AEW like that. So I'm literally most of the time I'm looking at a card and I'm thinking, okay, let's see. So it is not a slam dunk that I'm heading into WrestleMania as jaBROni World Champion and Push Predictions Champion, but I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to God damn it, I'm going to try and keep this championship for more than a week.
And real quick, four-time jaBROni World Champion.
It sounds terrible.
Sounds great.
It sounds real good. 365-day reign for your 3-time jaBROni World Champion.
Oh, that does sound good, though. I have to. That does sound.
It sounds great.
All right, so we will be back later on in the week. You can listen to us on Spotify. Go leave a comment, 5 stars. YouTube, subscribe, tell your friends, like, comment, share, all the good stuff. You can in the description, click on those links. Go check out some t-shirts, some merch store. Oh God, dear God, it's nothing but gold. Nothing but gold. Bodyslam.net. Go support the brand. Go check out all the other shows. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's about covers it.
Nothing else to. Oh no. We're also contractually obligated.
Rewind.
Madcap. We didn't say anything about Madcap or Baron Corbin at all.
Well, we said that Madcap was a future world champion.
That is true, but also just they teased destroying Madcap with the Alabama Slammer. We grabbed onto the ropes. We didn't get Corbin and Drew, so it looks like we are pushing that to Mania. I don't like the way Madcap always is looking at Baron now, almost like they're teasing like a breakup, I feel.
That was only I think that was only a one night thing. I think
His neck.
Yeah, I think he was still sensitive towards the neck issue, and Baron was maybe making a little bit too many jokes. You know how these partnership gets. You know, you get frustrated with your partner sometimes. You know, you try to tease, and sometimes it doesn't like it. You know, and then that's all that was. It'll blow back again. It'll blow back tomorrow.
All the guys that I love that are a tag team, you know, they somehow they do something. I don't take my boys apart yet. It's not time. But when this all does inevitably end, Madcap wins. You know how much I love Baron. But when this all ends and the inevitable breakup happens, Madcap wins.
I think they both win.
They're the best.
They are.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Let's go.
We'll say it's jaBROnis. Out.
Peace out.
jaBROni, JABRONI, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.